All right, crew. Because you're my crew. Can I call you crew? You're my crew. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the Overwatch part. It ran a little long, but I also started a little late as well. Because I had to text them, because I logged on at like maybe 7. I think I got on at 7. I'm like, where are my girls at? I had to text her. I texted their mom. I texted both of them. And they finally got on, and we finally started like at 7:30. And it ran a little late, because I was also playing with their dad. And then it was fun. It was always fun. They were supposed to be in bed at 8. So, apparently, Uncle Mike is probably going to get in trouble himself. Whoops. My bad. Aurora probably already went to bed, but then Alexa's probably just, whatever. It's okay. It's what we play online games for. Station Ace, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I do not like Call of Duty. You shut your mouth. Bad, Cursed. Bad. So, we're going to be taking a look at the stats revamp tonight. I was going to play Starro, but there's a bonus weekend going on starting tomorrow, so it's like, fudge it. I really don't need to do anything tonight. Literally everything can actually wait for this weekend. I'm perfectly okay with that. So, let's take a look and see what these power changes are. Let me see if the thread actually got updated with anyone talking. Okay, so let me start off by saying, yeah, so the stats revamp, we only have 2 days to test, and that's mainly because most likely we're going to actually have the episode testing starting Friday. So, let me start off with this. We have today and we have tomorrow, Thursday, and we have Wednesday and Thursday to do the testing for this. People are complaining because we only have 2 days. Did devs need to do better? Well, here's the thing. We could either have today and tomorrow, we could have 2 days of nothing going on in the revamp. Nothing at all. Just let the test server sit there and play, and the players will sit there in their little community boxes, in their little bedrooms and whatnot, and complain that, well, what happened? Test revamp, there are no changes this week? I mean, what's going on? So, it's a catch-22. It's like you either get changes, but we only get 2 days to do it, or you get no changes, then you complain about it. Like, fucking A. Just put your diapers on, you'll be okay. Just calm down. Change them if you have to. So, what we have here is kind of, it's a prototype. It's basically what it is, a prototype of a concept. It's in bold, it's in underline on the main forum thread here. So, they heard our complaints about power. I've always complained about power as a play from the tray, because that's what combos are. We're a play from the tray. Rage and Hardlight, that's basically what we are, including Celestial. Atomic has a little bit of leeway with it, because they can either do combos, or they can use their actual tray powers, just straight out like how AIMs do. So that has 2. We as other combos, we do not really. We only have really combos, and that's what we have to go with. Using combos in a hybrid form gets wonky in my opinion. So I'd rather do this and play from the tray. It's how I live. So let's start off first with looking at this thread. And also, there will be a podcast, most likely Friday night, after Ask DCUO, talking about the stats revamp. So this right here video is going over power, just in its own separate video. Then we're going to actually have we'll have a podcast to discuss everything else. So let's look at this controller power over time. So the controller power changes here is the feedback was split, even right here. Some of you liked doing POT, and some of you liked being free to do other things, aka some people like the active power over time, where you actually had to use an ability and it hit off. Other players actually like the passive over time. It's back and forth. So the passive power over time introduced some complications, so let's see how we're going to actually work it. So power over time is no longer triggered passively. Okay, it's not just going to have passive anymore. Power over time is now triggered by activating any superpower when in controller role, and will last for 12 seconds. So you're probably asking yourself, why do we even change it from passive if it's going to be active the whole time anyways? Because as controllers, as players, we're going to be tapping these damn buttons the entire time. Do these even stack upon themselves? Which I really don't think they do. And so far I have not seen any posts saying that they do or not. So it's weird to me. But the sentence is right there. The passive power over time introduced some complications. We like freedom and dislike complications, so we simplify POT in this way. I'm asking the question, why did we change from passive and make it into this active thing? The fucking answer is right there. POT introduced some complications. It caused complications on their end. So they had to remove it passively and make it active. So reading it, you're going to use your context clues there, buddy. Use your reading comprehension. You're really going to skip over that some complications. You're going to skip over those 2 words. You're going to miss those 2 words. And you're just going to go, why do we even make it why do we make it active? It's so fucking dumb. There are some things there. Boom, right there. Hey, Aaron, how's it going? So, they made it active. And basically, while you're in controller role, you don't have to worry about every 12 seconds hit a power. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Just as long as you are using an ability, go forth and conquer. Your POT will be going off, and it still functions from vitalization. You still get your boost from there. That is your stat as a controller still. So, I see what Aaron did there. That's funny. So, that's why we have it. So, with this change, as it says here, we keep the freedom to use the abilities and situation calls for, and non-passive power over time has returned. Let us know what you think. That's what I think. It's okay. And even players in the thread who question why make it active, I'm going to have to really put there, introduced some complications. Some complications. It's not on our end, it's on their end, on the developer side. So they want to remove that complication, and so they made it an active thing, and that's what we got. Now, players are also questioning, why do we even have it active? Why do we have it passive? Why can't it just be a button that just does it? Why should only one button really do it? It's power over time. We have our passive power regen. The developers are trying to get the mindset from controllers away from being just core batteries. They want controllers to be debuffers. They want them to be crowd controllers. They want them to expand into these other sections and not worry about power. True, you have the power dump, but every single player in that group is still in charge of their own power. But we have the passive power. You got the passive power over time. Very true. You got that. You got your personal passive power regen. There you go. You can use weapons. There you go. You are in charge of your own power. That is the thought that is not getting in people's head. It's not right there. It's just not getting in. And I'm got a headache. That's what people have to really realize. You're in charge of your own power still. The controller is there to debuff. They're there to crowd control. They have that instant power dump to just top you off, to help you out. Which leads us into the play style choice. Let's do this. Really interested. So, another concern was the fact that that you have routinely expressed the balance between the 3 playstyles. Which again, hybrid is a standard. Play from the tray is a specialization. Weapons is a specialization. We officially have it. That is now a specialization. Boom, baby. Power mastery and weapon mastery. We now are not just focused on you go into this game and however you spec is going to determine what your playstyle is. We officially have 2 points to show that we are that this is how we are playstyle. This is our playstyle. If you're a weapon mastery, you're going to put points into your weapon mastery here, which requires 30 points into your stats. So 10, 10, 10 unlocks. 20, 10 unlocks. 10, 10, or I'm sorry, how about, what is it? Yeah. 20, 10 unlocks. Boom! Or mix it up a little bit, however which way you want. So, we now have 2 mastery points that we put our skill points into to show what we are. And that was one thing that was needed. It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but honestly, I'm very welcome to it. Very welcome to it. So, what is it here? So in today's test, You can now spend a skill point to get Weapon Mastery or Power Mastery to specify. Okay, so let's first look at Power Mastery. Players may choose Power Mastery to disable your power regeneration from weapon attacks and gain increased passive power regeneration, allowing you to more effectively play from the tray. And then for Weapon Mastery, players may choose Weapon Mastery to decrease passive power regeneration and gain increased weapon damage, allowing you to more effectively play with your weapons. So, let's look at Power Mastery here, okay? In which we'll definitely be going into content as soon as I get my skill points in. So, it says at 1 point. What the hell? It maxes out? Well, of course I'm DPSing, so might as well just max stuff out. I need to use 100 and wait, what am I at? Sorry, 166. Okay, testing purposes. I need to use 166. So, I've already used 20, so 140. I don't know. Math hurts. Let me go get my super speed real fast. There. Needs it. Okay, and then we'll put points in here. On which I am maxing out my crits. Why not? Alright, so I max out my crits because I'm DPS, that's what I do. So for Power Mastery, increase your innate power regeneration, but your weapon attacks no longer regenerate power. Which is true. Play from the tray, we do not use our weapons. That's not play from the tray. There are some players on the thread asking about weapon taps, and no. I mean, sure, you could do weapon taps if you want to now, but you're not going to get any power back from it, and I mean, you're not really doing play from the tray, in my opinion. But so I know I am curious that so it is only 1 point. Okay. So it's only 1 point because you only need the 1 point to show that that's what you are. This is what your buff is. It does not need to increase, like it doesn't need to be 0/25 or anything. It's just a mastery point to show that this is what you are. This is who you are defined as now. So our innate power regeneration is increased. So now I'm only guessing that this is a 15%. I'm only guessing this is 15%. Numbers really haven't come in yet. So, and even though here it's like 15 minus 15%, but then we also get a bonus 135 basic attack. So I don't have a weapon character. I think I actually have one over on my electric tune. So we may go over there and check it out. Which is good because my electric tune actually has shields, and that's what I use for it. So, for Power Mastery, we get plus 15 power regeneration in combat and then plus 15 power regeneration out of combat. I'm thinking that the in combat, well, I mean, they'll probably make both numbers the same, but I'm thinking that, and most players are asking that the 15% actually gets increased, and which is okay. This is literally the prototype of a concept. This is almost like pre-planning for a baby and you're not even in a relationship yet. It's kind of like that. You're in the planning phases, testing it out a little bit, and then we're gonna go. It's not recommended to pick up both because I think they basically cancel each other out. Yeah, I mean, even here, no player should choose both Weapon Mastery and Power Mastery. This is kind of silly anyway and won't be possible in the final implementation of the concept. So you're basically canceling each other out. So, as play from the tray, we need power. That is where our bread and butter is. So, let me get my handy-dandy calcy, because I want to make sure I'm getting my numbers right. Let me get my calculator open. Come on, Windows. So, -5, -60, -1. So at 100 at CR 166, if I had 166, that's 166 skill points. As long as your skill points match your CR, the developers have said that you will be golden. That's basically where you want to be. You want to keep your skill points the number of your CR. So right about now, with how this is spec'd out, I only put 5 points into my movement mode. I haven't put any points in the weapon because I'm not using the weapon. I mean, I'm using my basic weapon. It's just so I can lunge and I can block break. But I have 60 points for my crits. I got 1 point into my power mastery. I have 100 left. That's 100 points going straight into power. Okay. And for PC players, if you don't know, when you can actually hover over and just choose, you can mouse over your stat and hold the spacebar and you'll just spec yourself. It's that easy. Well, it takes a while because you have a lot of skill points. You feel that I should put that in the description that you cannot spec both, that you should not spec both? Hey, it's okay. Penrin told me, so it's like it's still new information to me. I've only been doing this since December. So at 100 points, I now have the extra 10% power increase, the 10% additive power to my power. So I have the 28. My power has been increased by 2841, and then I have the 10% additive to increase it to. So what we have is 621 power. Once you spec into one, the other one should be off limits grayed out. Agreed. Very excellent observation. I will agree with that curse. So Meps or Moja, if you guys are watching, once you spec into a mastery, the other one should be grayed out, and kudos to the cursed one. I'm sorry, XXX, the cursed one, XXX. No, props where it gets. So yeah, so I'm using 166 skill points. Yay me! And I did not do a full play from the tray, if I recall. Oh, wrong channel. Wrong channel. I also don't really have. Yeah, Jarrett, if you want to clip that and you can post it on the forums, that'll be fine too. That'll be a lot quicker because I'm not probably going to post this video on the forums. I need to look at. I may need to actually record the movement mode abilities tomorrow. That's my rage play from the tray, but I'm pretty sure I screwed that up because that was not straight up. I don't think I actually did a full play from the tray with only power. I think I split it between might and power all the time. Yep. So we're actually going to have a video where we're going to show it off fully. So okay, so with my play from the tray, Relentless Anger, Remorseless Recovery, Frenzy, Revenge, no. Not Vortex Trap. I don't want that. But what I will take is... So a lot of players have been using Golem Eruption, which is a 300 power, which is fine, because it's a biggie. There is a bug that this UI is not actually showing the cooldowns and powers properly. So I actually have to come here. I am actually want to... So Golem Eruption, 312 seconds... I want to see what... No. Violence. So Violence is a low baller. It's a medium power. but it does inflict the plasma burn, so we'll actually use violence in our loadout. I can't. I'm not going into a raid without knowing a loadout that I can use. And because raids also don't, these players, unless I put the team together and we're actually on voice, no one's going to have the patience of mine. No one will have my patience. So we'll use Berserk. So now this is also a little bit frustrating because I am using it's basically almost a buff, but Relentless Anger still is my supercharged generator, so I can get Berserk up a lot faster. Morsels Recovery, so I can actually heal a little bit, have his little survivability. Frenzy. Revenge, my coup de grace. And then Violence, so I can inflict Plasma Burn onto my targets. So we will open up with Relentless Anger. Yep. We'll open up with Relentless Anger and then hit Violence, go into Remorseless Recovery, Revenge combo, and then just use Frenzy. And we'll see how it goes. Fire still feels bad with all the cast powers. I agree. Fire needs a little bit of more burst. Or at least the cast powers need to have some oomph with them. Which, with them being vulnerable to interrupt, I'm okay with them having some oomph because they are vulnerable to interrupt. But then there's going to be times where it's like you can just stand there and really just like almost do nothing. So we'll stick with that. Now I was going to record this separately so I can post another video, but players who want to watch this video, they're just going to have to sit there and watch the whole entire damn thing. Nothing I can do, nothing I really want to do about it. For my gear, am I modded out? I am modded with 7s. Okay. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm not upset. Sure. I don't care. I guess I care a little. Oh. Oh, these are just gray, so I'll just delete these. Can't delete the boxes themselves. Ha 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 ha. Suck ass. Well, I run Shade so much, I just let the boxes accumulate, and I just don't really empty it. Woo! Okay. So we're gonna head over to Seeing Shades. Do you repair? Thank you, kind robot. Yep. Okay.
It's not enough we have a sister fighting sister.
Let's go play with
now
this
we have
now.
Unruly shades from the underworld adding to the carnage in Gotham.
Now, trying to find an actual rage DPS loadout that I like using, I'm still working on because I'm just playing around with powers. But we will see what this does. So we'll have our combat log open. And like I said, this is a loadout that I haven't really used much. And I don't even think I really have a 300. That's why people were using Gall and Eruption, because they have one high maneuver, and I don't have a high maneuver. I don't have a high power cost move. I just have 200s. Unless Relentless Anger is a thing, is that's a 200 too. But alright, jumping in. Revenge. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, well, one, we're in a solo, so it's us, but still, I did not drop below 50%. I didn't drop below 50%. My bad. Wrong maneuver. I used the wrong combo. Meow, 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 meow. I mean, true. It's just ads. But we'll definitely see what the Felix Faust fight looks like. Thank you, Jareth.
Thank you. That should allow us some breathing room. Fighting a two-front battle is wearing us down. My warriors have reported a strange magical portal in Gotham. See if you can find it, and see what is going on.
I use Frenzy first.
Seems only shades fresh, the essence of death passes freely. I can no longer spare the troops, but if you can defeat some shades and collect their death essence, you might be able to trick the barrier. I doubt.
I'm not dropping below 50%, and I'm speechless. I'm not dropping below 50%. I can probably drop Gall and Eruption. I'm not really seeing, maybe once probably in like an alert setting or something, I'll probably see it. I'm just not seeing it at the moment. And like I said, hashtag Frenzy Life Matters. Love Frenzy. So I use Violence so I can inflict Plasma Burn to the targets. Because this is what I do. Now, depending on how this run goes, we may switch Violence up with Gall and Eruption so we can have a high hit. And with Gall and Eruption being a higher power cost, it means that its damage does more than Violence, or at least it should. They're both damage over time, self AoE effects. Point blank AoEs, really. Because wherever I stand, that's where it happens. It's where the magic happens. So now I have my parameters on 10 seconds. I'm gonna change it. Yeah, combat parser, I'll change it to 30. And I'm actually I know I probably should have done this before, but I really don't care. New tab. Oh, whatever. Tab 3 works. Broadcast system, mesh of the day. I really don't care. The only thing I need is damage, healing, and power for some reason. So tab 3 is basically my parsers. It'll only show the 30-second parsers, and we'll see how it goes. But below 50%, hell yeah. All liking it. Alright. Whoop whoop. Let's see what that 30-second parser was for just those random thingies. That random crew. Because again, tab 3 is just my parsers. If I did it right. I'm really hoping I did it right. I did. So I did 76 damage, 76k total, 34 hits on 2 targets. Not sure if that's good or bad or not. But okay, so for Felix Faust. Awesome, Vega. Okay. Jumping in. I'll even hit Berserk. Just to get some double damage going, because why not? Whoa. Well, that was because of Berserk. Now we have power. Now we're basically dumped. But look how fast the power's coming back, though. I mean, come on. This. What is this? What are those? I got nothing. I super got nothing. And okay, yeah. So I mean,
This attempt to utilize the chaotic energies of the underworld is just one of the unintended consequences of Ares' foul plan. With Circe at his side, there's no telling what havoc they will wreak
Arwen
on the
gets it.
world. Rescuing my mother is the key to
this is amazing.
Hope not to have to send you
I
back to
love the
sea
power
until
return.
this
I
war
love it.
ended,
I love it.
but
I love
you
it.
must return. There is an old seer there who may be able
This
to
is
shed light on
fantastic.
Circe's plan.
But just for the purpose of looking at looking at the damages. Okay, so I mean 155. That was because I hit Berserk like at the beginning, and then 141,000, 116,000. Okay. I can't wait to see Artemis now. Yeah, now imagine 1 or 2 controllers and give him power back. Play from the tray is viable. And I'll even mess if Amanda's still looking for a group, I'll do it. I mean, I might switch over to range loadout, but I mean, I'll do it. Because what I might do is probably run this again with a range loadout just so we can actually take a look at it. Best stack! Thank you so much for the follow. Should be showing up on... There it is! There it is. Into the cup. Into the cup. Thank you. It's not a lot to drink tonight, guys. Honestly, with how the power regen comes back, we can probably switch out... Like, I mean, honestly, if I didn't want to have a supercharged generator like Relentless Anger, I can probably switch it and bring in, like, Outrage. Bring in Outrage and see how that... Oh my god, I can actually do proper... I feel like I can actually do a proper loadout now. Because before, I couldn't get a good proper loadout because we had so much power issues. Now, I got nothing. And I'm starting to wonder and think about the people in the forums. I'm thinking that they have been using their power management on their loadouts have been wrong. It's been they're probably using like 300s and 400s and not minimizing it. I'm thinking.
I was a warrior without a home until this woman gave me purpose to protect her from those who wish.
But yeah, I'm all in for it now. I love it. I think it's great. So let's... Oh man, okay. Let's do this, Artemis. Jump on! I'm not even gonna use Berserk. I'm not even gonna use it. One, two, three, four, 5. Ooh. You messed me up, woman. You messed up my rhythm. Yep, there it is. Haha. Meow, 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 meow. No! I'll just slowly get back up. Oh. Go on your butt. Not cool. What is even happening here? I'll get up slowly. I'm okay with it. Oh, that sucks. I did that. That was me. What up, playa?
Beware of meddling in the
Now.
Nothing is what it seems.
I don't even know. I don't even know. The play from the tray for Rage right now, at least how I play it, is good. I like it. I love it. I love it even. I really do. The fact that now again, I could have used my soda anytime I wanted. Anytime I wanted. I got low. I got to the point of some player probably would have said, man, he probably really needs to use his soda. I could have used it anytime. But I didn't. In my power regen, this was the smoothest run of shades I've had at 166. At 166. It was glorious. Glorious. It was great. I probably would have went a lot faster if I used Berserk too, I tell you what. So, in my eyes, I am ready to start playing Rage and looking at actual combos. I am all for it now. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch my Rage character over to my range loadout and check it out right there. I want to take a look at my range. I know my inventory is full. Hey, vendor dude, I need to empty out my crap because everyone yells at me. Okay. Okay. Yay, I'm emptied. Not. Ooh, for me some lockbox. I'll take that. Now I don't have lockboxes all over the place. I just need to actually use empty these. I don't care. I just don't care. Yeah, I'll take you. I'll take you too. My bad. I'm being door frame, it is. I have a lot of boxes. Such a box whore. Yeah, I don't care. These eyes are all getting tossed anyways. It's whatever. I don't cares about it. Okay, so where is my range? Now, if I did my play from the, praying that my stats would just fly all in power. Nope, it's split. So I gotta go back and reset those skills as well. Probably actually should have probably saved my spec for my melee too. Whoopsie. But the biggest thing for play from the tray was, in fact, it had no power regen. It needed play from the tray needed to have a controller. Now, if I have a controller, and like Kamon said, with a controller, with a controller, the power regen is going to be so powerful. Players are probably going to stack their loadout with nothing but 300s and yell at the controller that they need to instant dump. They need to instant power dump a lot more, because these players will blow through all these 300s and cry for a controller. And it's like, we're going to have to run with 2, we're going to have to run with 3 controllers. They're not holding me up. What's your loadout, man? Is your loadout all high powers, all the 300s? Then you're doing it wrong. And you're doing it wrong. If your entire loadout is full of 300s, you're doing it wrong. But the devs actually make it where it's a choice. I can choose to have it like, no. I'm happy you think you have the power to choose. You can choose all 300s, but you're a shitty player if you do that. You're a shitty team player. Alright, you don't do that to your other teammates. You don't do that to your controller. Your loadout needs to be consistent in power management. If your loadout will not survive from what you do as a solo player, then you need to do better. If this loadout, when it came to a melee loadout, I can change 1 power. Maybe I could squeeze maybe another with a controller. Have 2 300 high power abilities. I can put that in my loadout and run with a controller, and I might be able to do well. But if you're blowing through your loadout, play from the tray, and your bar is empty, and you're gonna start yelling at the controller who needs to power you up, it's your fault, not theirs. They have other priorities. They have to debuff. They have to control. Well, we didn't have to do that pre-stats revamp. Like, well, fuck pre-stats revamp. This advanced mechanic era is going away. Going away. In stats revamp, the controller is not just in charge of the power anymore. It's not their #1 deal anymore. It's now changed to a secondary. Their first is going to be crowd control and debuff. Then they're going to go do some power. They have the active power over time. You're going to get your power over time. Congratulations and kudos. They'll do a power instant dump in their rotation that they want. They will do their power dump when in their rotation. Their rotation should not be debuff, crowd control, instant dump, instant up, instant up, instant up. Crowd control, debuff, instant power, instant power, instant power. That should not how it be. Your instant power return should flow. It should flow just like any other rotation. Instant power dump, debuff. Crowd control, crowd control need be. Hell, put another debuff in there, because everyone can heal. Put another debuff in there, and then instant power. If shit hits the fan, instant power, and then go do their own thing. Players are going to really have to chill the F out, and this is how it's going to be. Trolls who don't double tick are noobs. I'm a noob. I don't double tick. Fuck it. They say, hey, do you have power? You're good. I don't try to keep power hungry DPSers up. They know what they. Alright, so let's focus here. So we'll do... Oh, damn it. I did not want to do that. No. Now, I mean, even putting points into these two, I mean, you can, I don't see why not, but for me, I just don't. But apparently, like, with those 5, with this 6, and the 60 here, I'm already at 100 power there. Now, let me check if I did a video. I don't think I did a DPS video with the rage range. Oh, Butterfingers. Oh yeah, South Park, The Fractured Butthole finally has a new launch date, October 21st. I think it's October 21st. I know it's in October. It's a coming. Because it's a Mario. And now, just 100 points. Tell the devs to put SP dump. So, Rage Hybrid DPS, Leech Loadout. I may actually retest that. I never did... Nope. I never did a range video. You're not it. Revenge, eviscerating, yeah, you're not it. Trolling like in healing. You cannot heal both green and blue, stupid. So, yeah, I do apologize. I never created a range video loadout, so darn it. And stats, yeah, they're still the same. Yep. Should be, at least. So, alright. Let's go kill some things. So... the hell was my loadout? Plasma Wretch, Dreadful Blast, Frenetic Bombardment, Rage Blast was my spammer, and I put Ire in there for self-healing. And also a Breakout, so I can get free and do some shit. The way that I do agree, Lurker. They do need to add like a plus or minus system into it, or even a number you can input and it will get inputted in. I do agree on that, but for us PC players, we can just hold the space bar. Hashtag PC Master Race. Dun, 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 dun. Channel hate. No one likes channel hate. Go away. And I got Berserk in there because, you know, priorities. Damage buff. I'm thinking I want to put, where are you? I think I want to put Remorseless Recovery where Ire is, just so I can have, because I mean, no. Ire does heal me. Yeah. Don't apologize for no range video. Apologize for the fast clicking SP spinning and induced seizures you give us. It's not clicking, it's just me holding down the space bar. Hated it. Oh, someone actually commented on a video. What was the comment? It's negative, I can tell you that. Man, why DC keep broken powers intentionally? That's probably not even worth me repeating it. Hey, Soldier, how's it going? Like a slider, also PC Master Race. Will you use controller? Yep. I use my Xbox Elite controller. Decrane28, thank you so much for the follow. Nice little another follow into the cup. Hey, Cursed. I'm getting a bit thirsty. My cup needs to be filled. Or Raph, just watch a bunch of ads and you can just do it. I'm not picky. Drop some cheers. So with range, Plasma Wretch and Dreadful Blast and Frenetic Bombardment are our bread and butter. Rage Blast is there for a spammer. And it's just a spammer. It's a low power cost ability, and you just really just spam it all day, every day. No, do not say those words, Arwen. Do not tell me a Steam sale. No. In June, no. I want to go to Atlanta to hang out with some friends in June. I don't want to see that. Storm Flows, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for putting it little button in the cup. Thank you. Welcome to the crash. Also, for all the players out there, new followers and all, if you stop at R1, if you guys have any questions about the revamp, please ask them in chat, and I will go through it. No, Erwin, no more. No more games, please, no more. Tales from Borderlands. Oh, I never played The Witcher. I never played Fallout 4. So many unplayed games. Amon Ray. Old times. We'll back with revamp. Hard raids again with 2 controls, 2 healers like Parallax Knives. That's fucking right. That is right. That's right. Another 50 games we don't play. DCUO guys, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crash. Okay, so I'll keep and I do remember why I have Ire. Ire is in my loadout because it's a 0 power cost. It is it's a group breakout. I don't even know if it works out for other groups, but you know. But for me, anyways, it's a group breakout, or it's a breakout for me, and also it gives me instant heal, and so it's awesome. So it's a 0 power cost, so it doesn't really cost me any power at all. It's a freebie. Because I'm in range, what am I going to do? If I start taking damage and I'm range, and of course the healers are they're a healer over time, they're gonna hit me. But I'm range. I can kind of heal myself, so pop that. Now, in raid settings, popping a DPS player, probably have an Ire, will probably hurt the tanks using it, maybe. I don't think they'll probably stack up. I don't know. We'll have to see. It's all about testing. I just started the game yesterday. I have no idea what I'm doing, but just look for it, someone to watch so I can get some info what the game is later. Well, DeCrane, you're looking at much later, because this is the stats revamp where we're changing the game on how it is currently on live. This is how the game is going to be played in the months to come. We've no date yet so far. And Amon Ra, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crash. So we are. It's really just. I'm doing some testing to see how this is working to make sure I give feedback for the developers to know and help everybody else as well to try and get it going. I was supposed to play the live server tonight, but they released a new test update and I had to test it. I had to play with it. So revamp being a problem for new players, with low skill points, there will be a problem. The game is really going back into a skill front, where you need to actually complete your feats, you need to get your skill points up and work with it. College man, you know you're already here, sir. You already know, but thank you so much for... Ooh, we got the bottom of the cup is now full of followers. It's cool. Now, so, and Jules knows, what do you know? You know what? Welcome aboard. So, for players with low skill points, there will be a little bit of a struggle. But there is going to be, in skill points here, so you see where it says that 10% power. Catmon, thank you so much for the bits, sir. Thank you. So that 10% power there, it's every 10, should be every 10, yeah. So every 10 skill points that you put into a stat, you're going to have an additive percentage to that stat. So in this case, I have 100 points into power, so my power is increased by 2841. But then it has a 10% added power on top of it. So I mean, at 166, if I'm a new player, though I am modded, if I'm a new player, this is what my stats would kind of look like, such and such. But I'm also spec'd with extra mods with tiers, with the mod 7s, so it kind of skews it a bit, and I do apologize about that. From my testing, I try to make sure I look at a player coming in at CR 166, which is currently in Amazon Fury, is the entry level to get into that episode. So I look at entry level stuff, and honestly other players look at the in-game, and yeah, they do a little better at it, and I play support roles. So I really don't play DPS that much. And the way I play DPS is I just skate by and I just do what I need to do. At the end of the day, players can just mock me as like, oh my god, Trex is at the bottom of the scoreboard. And my comeback is always, hey guys, did the boss die? Did it die? Yeah, but Trex like, no. There's no but. Did the boss die? If he did, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, let's take this loadout and have some willy-nilly fun with it. The scoreboard itself is a flawed system. And honestly, if you're worried about a scoreboard telling you who's a bad DPS, the scoreboard is still giving you false information. The scoreboard is actually still giving you false information because that scoreboard is only telling you overall damage. Hold on one second, I gotta sneeze. Yuck. So, with the scoreboard, what you're looking at is overall damage. If the scoreboard actually showed specific information where it is fake news. If the scoreboard showed damage on this boss, damage on this boss, damage on this boss, it will give you accurate information, and we can go with that. But with the scoreboard, you could have fire, you can have a munitions character come in, literally come in there, fireburst every goddamn ad in there, and it's gonna boost their numbers. Those numbers are gonna get pumped up. You're gonna boost those numbers, buddy. You gotta pump them up. And it's going to skew because that fire DPS might fireburst an entire group of ads and boost those numbers. And they're gonna boost those numbers almost to the point that when you go to a boss fight, that fire DPS is actually sucking the entire time. And there's another DPS actually doing better damage. But because those certain powers can destroy ads much faster, that's why you see them at the top of scoreboards. So anytime a player wants to come in and tell me, no, I'm not making a joke at you, Curse. You are one of the good fire DPS that I know, and you do burn things, and yeah, you cheat. You cheat, Curse. I'm telling you now, you're doing it. You're a whole cheater. Sorry, I9 told me to say that. I don't believe it, but you know it's true. You know.
It's not enough we have sister fighting sister. Now we have unruly shades from the underworld adding to the carnage in Gotham and attacking our friends.
So the scoreboard is fake news. The scoreboard is giving false information, that it's skewed information. One of the things that the scoreboard can be improved upon is showing individual boss damage. You can, as PC players, if I ran with all PC players, like on test server, I will gather every single combat log from each player, and then take them into the DCUO upload them in there, and I will show you each individual player on how much damage they did to those bosses, and you'll be different. And oh my god, Curse filling up the cup with the cheers. Feel the love. Feel the love. I probably need to open this up a bit more, because it is getting cut a little bit. Sorry.
Playtime's over.
Okay, so with my loadout, we're going to open up with Plasma Wretch. Now, if I remember with Plasma Wretch, it did get changed to the point of you can't, and that's probably why players use Golem Eruption, because with Golem Eruption, you can hit the power, you can clip out of it. With Plasma Wretch, you have to,
I serve Gotham.
you kind of have to stand there and, oh no, they did change it. I think they did, if I remember correctly, they did change it to where it's a shorter animation and you still keep the dot. So you can almost, I don't think you can clip out of it, but let's find out. I think you can. Yeah, they decreased the animation. And then Frenetic Bombardment. That. Still a new power to get used to. What the hell? Die already. I don't even know where he came from. And then I didn't mean to use that. I meant to use this. Ooh, Ire is a lowie. That was a pretty low heal. I wasn't expecting a lot, but I think I might just have to go, for safety purposes, because I love my health. We're gonna go with Remorseless Recovery, and we'll put Remorseless Recovery over here. So, Plasma Wretch. And Frenetic Bombardment. Now, let me actually get the safety because I want to look at the power cost. So Dreadful Blast is a high power cost. No, I'm sorry, it's 200. So if it's 200, it should be, power cost should be 100 and 100. Frenetic Bombardment is a 100, and then it's 50, 50, 50, 50. So it is still, man, because where is my revenge? That's redirected rage. Look closer, buddy. So revenge is a 100, a 50, and in frenzy it's 100, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Plasma Wretch is a 200, so I'm using a 200, 200, 200, but with combos. I think Dreadful Blast combos might be different. Good God. Thank you, Raph, so much. You asked for it. They just need to break down and run out like WoW does. WoW does their game differently. It runs off of an entirely different engine. It doesn't even run off of the Unreal Engine. Blizzard made their engine themselves, because that's what Blizzard does, because they're show-offs. But I mean, you want to copy a little bit from another game, but you don't want to just go directly that route. You can't even really jump cancel either. Oh, my bad. So with the rage combos, I don't have to worry about getting interrupted. But I do have an issue that this little guy runs away from the group. Jerk.
Thank you. That should allow us some breathing room. Fighting a two-front battle is where
Yeah, so my third ability there is called Frenetic Bombardment, and that is an entirely new range ability. Entirely new. Animation, yes, it's hand blasters, but I mean, why not? It's just another animation. It's completely fine. Yes, Nox. This is the new ability loadout that's currently on live servers. It launched in game update 70. 71? Was it 71? I think it was 71. It just happened. It's still new. But it's still also a work in progress as well. There's still some stuff that can be done to it to make it a little better. I wonder if it will probably be better for me to use Dreadful Blast to get... Dreadful Blast will knock the enemies up. And so give me a little crowd control. And during that crowd control, I can probably do Plasma Wretch. And during that Plasma Wretch, I won't take any damage. So let's switch up our rotation a bit. And Dreadful Blast, Plasma Wretch. Yeah, that works out so much better. You can just go right back into it. Yeah, Dreadful Blast initial damage doesn't knock up, works so much better. So Nox, what you're looking at right now is the stats revamp. It's currently being tested right now. In the stats revamp, power points are going away. They're just going away, and what we have here is some new stuff. Where you can choose any power, all powers. Now some powers are gone, some of them have been combined with others because they were just duplicates. But so yeah, if you are level 30, you'll get access to all your stuff. If you are not level 30, as you are leveling, this is your leveling tree. At almost every level, you'll get a new power. At level 10, you'll still get your rolls and stuff. I still think some switching needs to happen with it, but I may have to do a separate video on that. Now this is stats revamp, and the stats revamp right now does not have a date. I really wish I could give you guys a date, but we are still so much into testing on this, it's impossible to give at the moment. So the range loadout is not bad. I'm not hating it. And me switching it up. Me switching on my loadout or my rotation there to have a little crowd control to help out with plasma retch. Because if I'm doing plasma retch and the enemies are just standing there, I'm going to take some damage. To alleviate taking that damage, use Dreadful Blast first to knock them in the air. Plasma retch. Once plasma retch is done, the enemies will be already up on their feet, and you're now beginning your full rotation. Just a little help there. Yeah. I feel like players are talking about other things. Water. Okay, so water is the thing. Water will be coming out after stats revamp. So once the stats revamp is launched, water will be coming out afterwards. Reason being is because the stats revamp are doing changes to the powers that they cannot touch water until the revamp is done. And I know that sucks. I know we've been waiting such a long time for it. But honestly, it is what it is. Basically, from what the developers have said, water is 50% done. So in that aspect, I think the 50% is probably all art. It's probably all graphics. And the only thing that's really missing are the numbers. The mechanic numbers behind the power. And those mechanic numbers cannot be completed until we're done with the revamp. Because, in essence, there's no logical reason to release a power now when it's going to be changed at in months' time. I miss Serums too. I was really looking forward to it. And that's the thing, Almond. That's the thing. At 166 on live servers, if you're 166 going into Shades, you are getting wrecked. You're getting wrongful stomped. You will not survive. The only way to survive in Shades on live is you need to be CR 170 plus. You need to be 170 plus. I am CR 166. I'm only using 166 skill points. I'm played from the tray. I'm not using weapons. I have 100 skill points into power. I have basically almost the maximum amount of power that I can have at this level. This is my max. I might need to go buy new gear. And at 166 CR, this is what a play from the tray stats look like. It would be this, but I have to buy new gear because I'm modded up right now. But it's just to give you an example. At 166 on live, I will be getting creamed right now. I wouldn't even be standing where I am. I wouldn't have gotten past those damn ads. But now, here, I'm doing pretty damn decently well. Do I feel overpowered right now? A tad bit. But I also feel overpowered because I've ran this damn thing so much, I know Felix Faust's mom's name. We have brunch every damn Sunday. And you know what? Felix doesn't call enough. And it hurts her. And if it hurts her, it hurts me. And I don't appreciate that. Call your mom, guys. It means a lot. Alright, so let's we won't use Berserk this time. Let's see how it works out for us. So we'll knock him down. Knock him down, knock him up. Cool beans, bro. Alright, so that's one. Now, one of the flaws with these runs is the fact that I have not tried killing the Lost Souls. I will grant you that. My god, my power's already back to full. Screw it. Woo! Frenetic Bombardment does some wicked damage, yo! Now, what am I screwing up on? For the fact that I am not using Remorseless Recovery. Like I am now. Now, Remorseless Recovery also has some limitations to the power as well. So I can only get 6 heals. Damn, I'm good. I'm already back to full. Thanks, Remorseless Recovery. Are you back to full? Thank you, RR. So for that Phoenix Faust fight there, it wasn't too dangerous. Well, it was a headache because I messed up my rotation because I didn't use Remorseless Recovery enough to actually keep my health high enough. And it wasn't like I was in danger. It was just blah. I needed to roll out of Felix's mechanics. When he drops the skull on the ground, I need to roll out of it because it would just knock me up. But I mean, it was still really easy. Yep, you really cannot jump cancel Plasma Wrench. And with Plasma Wrench, it will last a duration of 12 seconds. So what you can do, let me actually see if Plasma Wrench actually does. So it does 3 initial damage, and then it'll do some other damage too. So if I remember correctly, Plasma Wrench will actually do 12 ticks of damage, but because of how fast Plasma Wrench starts off with, I think it messes it up the time. So if you're using Plasma Wrench in your rotation and you're trying to figure out when to use it, I think for now, I would just use it every time it's off cooldown. Yeah, I honestly think it won't hurt. And will refresh the PI, just in case you do miss it, and continue your rotation. Dot damage is still going. But you'll need to, I would probably just use it every off rotation. I have to recount it because of that new change. I just have to figure it out. Yes, Decron. Xenomorph01, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you for the... Oh my god, my cup is full. My cup, it overflows with giant heads. Tee. So, I can tell you now, DC Service Online is free up until Tier 4. Once you get into Tier 4, you're officially behind a paywall, and you have to buy the episode DLCs in order to press forward. But you can play the game for free up until Tier 4. Which is basically, yeah, CR 80 or something. You know, just to not lose damage, damage per second, you don't really want to use it. You can probably let's hit this, Plasma Wrench. Oh, that's right. As soon as you use Remorseless Recovery, Dreadful Blast is already off the cooldown. Mods do not affect combat rating anymore. Mods do not affect combat rating.
I am Artemis, born of the lost Amazon tribe, the Bana Migdal. I was a warrior without a home until this
Alright, Artemis.
woman gave me purpose. To protect her from those who wish to pry ancient knowledge from her frail body.
Yeah, or you can pay 25 bucks and get a CR booster and get up to CR 100. But I mean, you still won't have any content to run unless you buy it, but you got boosted though. And it works. I love the boost. I love it so much. So glad I was able to get 2 of them for free. Alright. Let's start us off like we do everything. Dreadful Blast. Remorseless Recovery. And now we go back into our rotation. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. That's not nice. That is not nice, Artemis. Come on, I'm trying to do stuff here. You're so mean to me. On your backside. Oh, ran out. Ran out some more. Can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Stop knocking me back. Haha. Just gonna throw up on you. Is that for me? It's not for me. Is it for you? Oh, you bitch. Note to self, kids. Always use it for yourself. Because now I'm back to square one. Okay, let's just stop that right here and there. Let's get some heals going. Throw up on you. Throw up on your houses. Now, could I use my Soda Cola right now? I could. I really could, but I'm also demonstrating the power back mechanic with this. And that I'm really liking it. Yeet. Lunge me. Yeah, you're a dirty girl. Ah. Seriously, I really should be dying right now. But I'm not, because I'm God. Well, not really, but you guys. Everybody gets it. Darn it. Thank you, heals. I am literally... She has got to be really pissed. Like, can he not die? Why is he not dead yet? I'm not dead because I don't go by your conventional rules. I stand in the fire. But don't stand in the fire, guys, seriously. Pixie, you go to bed. It is definitely your bedtime, young lady. Well, good.
The skills will be enough to help you gain what you seek.
Then you lay there and
Beware of meddling in the affairs
prepare my
of
side.
gods. Nothing's what it seems.
Apparently I got invited. Wow, so Baxter, my buddy Stevie B has actually been recording Injustice videos,
You have that.
and I've been trying to help him get, we're doing videos for our other channel, and now apparently I have work. Okay, so,
Has taken Hippolyta
no sassy lipstick, Pixar line.
to rescue her.
So,
Must travel to the
yeah.
land of the gods. They are
Green paint stuff all over your face.
but there is
It's like you got a little green goblin right there.
a
It's
series
all right there.
impossible tasks that keep mere mortals from entering.
So I don't hate my ranged
If you
loadout.
succeed,
I don't hate it at all.
in the truly
Um,
nothing
it-
is impossible. Then you shall be worthy to
So I have my supercharge, which Berserk I could have used at any time, really, especially since I screwed up and gave her a healing barrel, or a healing crystal rather. But we do have, so I mean, Rage Blast really stood there and did nothing. Rage Blast was supposed to be my low power spammer, but with my power regeneration, I didn't even need it because I had power to do Dreadful Blast in 2 combos, or even Frenetic Bombardment and the 4 combos behind it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to switch it up. Oh, you got sassy hair, though. You got some sassy hair going. Got that sassy hair. So that was rage combos. That was combos. I might have to look at the other combos now. I really wish I didn't have to work tomorrow and just spend my entire day looking at every single power. And now that we have the power generation for player from the tray, now that we have it, it's here. We can actually start looking at loadouts and see how it works. Now, the loadouts that I'm showing you here are all ones from in a solo role, in solo content. When you're in an alert or when you are in raids, your loadout will be different for the pure fact that you have a controller. I don't have 300 high power cost abilities in my loadout. I mean, my Rage Blast, I could probably actually switch it up if I wanted to, but they're not there. When you add in a controller who's now giving you extra support in power regeneration, fuck yeah, put a 300 in there, maybe even another 300 in there, and mix it up and see how it goes. Remember, you as the player are in charge of your power management and your loadout. Your controller is not your personal battery. That controller is there to give power out to the entire group, to everyone. And in my eyes, the number one people who probably deserve more power are not the DPS. The tank and the healer need more power. Alright? They deserve it. It's all them. So, for DPS, You need to control yourselves. You just need to. So what I'm going to do now is we took a look at a combo power. I'm going to go to one of the less fortunate powers that we know, and we're going to go play around in there. It's been a while, but I know you guys miss them, because I miss them too.